Hi, welcome to Jackson.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, and welcome to Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you. In tasting wines, there's three things that you watch and enjoy. One is the color of the wine. See how nice and the color of this is? And the next thing is the aroma. And you smell the product. Okay. Hold it.
Hold it by the stem.
Yeah, the proper way is right here. Hey, he's going to let you do this one. Yeah. Well, here, let me just catch it like I did. No. Here. I want you to taste it like that's the proper way to take.
Yes.
Yeah. Grab the glass like that.
Is it glass?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cup. Okay.
Yes.
Just grab that and.
This?
No, the glass.
The
cup. Take the cup. No. Take the cup. Here. Yeah.
You take it.
You take the.
You
here.
take
What?
it.
You want?
No, you here. There you go. Now,
Yes.
that's okay.
You take
That's
it. You hold it.
Ah.
You hold it.
Yeah, they hold it.
You hold it.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Don't hold it up here. It makes it hot.
Okay.
yeah, the proper way is like this. If you
See his
yeah,
fingers?
like this.
You want to take?
No, you're gonna taste that one. I'm gonna taste this one.
You want me to take this?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Let's grab it like this.
Here we are.
No, I'm not going to hold it. You
Yes.
Here, here, taste it. This one. This one.
This one.
Yes. Want me to taste?
He has a cold. You may catch his cold.
No. Here. No. You
Yes.
you drink. You. Okay, yours. Come
Yes.
on. Okay.
Okay. I win. What is this?
This is a Zinfandel.
2002.
That's
When it was made.
That's when it was
Yes,
made.
it's a year my wife died.
Oh, it did? 2002?
Nice wine.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing today on this? Actually, I'm not going to go with a fake number. I'm going to go with a real number. I think it's the 80th day in quarantine since everything kind of shut down on March the 17th. I got to look into that. have to do a better job of that. But I always say, 4,000 days, because it always feels like Groundhog Day. Anyway, I am Peter Madrigal. Welcome to Social Happy Hour with yours truly, Peter Madrigal. I hope everybody's having an awesome day out there on this 80th day in quarantine and not starting to feel like it's Groundhog Day. I got some awesome news today from the governor of California. And he said that Los Angeles can reopen. Well, who would have thought? So let's Peter like, Peter love, Peter wants more of that. That's good news, because then we can, go back to our daily lives. I might have to actually do one of these lives from one of my favorite bars in Los Angeles, California, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. Now, today, we are talking about wine snobs. As you saw probably at the beginning of the show, that was a little clip from Borat, and he kind of didn't understand what it is to drink a little bit of wine or do wine tasting. That's what he kind of he was like drinking it to get wasted. But the proper way to do it is you swirl, taste, spit. Me, on the other hand, one of those type of guys that will just chug. Just kidding. But I do have some fresh vine today, which just arrived yesterday in a box. I should have done an unboxing, but the problem is that the box is way too big. So I decided to open it up and just show everybody, hey, this is what I got yesterday, fresh vine. Fresh Vine wine. So you can go to freshvinewine.com to check that out. It's organic, doesn't have the amount of carbohydrates, low sugar. I mean, it's for a health nut like me who's always working out all the time, every day. It is the perfect wine to drink. I'm not joking about that either. I mean, it doesn't let you're not going to feel sluggish the next day. And you know, and for coming from a guy like me who drinks all this stuff, I mean, let's face it, this is perfect, you know, because it's not going to make you feel, like I said, sluggish the next day. That being said, I'm going to have to crack this bottle open very soon because that'll be the unboxing for the day. Instead of like me opening this big box full of wine, I will open this bottle of wine and do a toast with everybody before we get when we get started. That being said, it is nice and sunny over here. Who would have thought that everything kind of slowed down and now all of a sudden everything's kind of starting to pick up again and everything's starting to feel like normal again. And so that's why I'm glad I'm doing this on YouTube now instead of Instagram, because now it's going to be a constant thing. I'm not going to forget about this. I'm not going to forget about anybody else out there, you know, that wants to view this show. And also, I have a couple of announcements, so you're going to have to wait till the end of the show to find out what those announcements are. All right? So I'm about to cheers with everybody, but before I do that, I will have to open this bottle of wine. Before I do that, I'm going to bring on Johnny first. Johnny, what's going on today?
I know, but 35
finishing up a call. What the? He's always finishing up a call. All the time.
Mark, you're the best. I love you, baby. Okay. Say hi to Elise. Give her my best. Goodbye. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? Who was that?
Oh, it's my buddy Mark Provenzano. No big deal.
Mark? Yeah, got it. Did he send you that wine over there in the background?
Yeah. 35 cases. Not bad. What a nice guy.
Jesus Christ. I think it's a little late because everything's opening up, so now you're not going to be at home all the time now.
I know. I'm just going to sell them back. That's fine. We're good to go. That's how we do here in Chicago.
People love.
What's happening, buddy? Happy. I got to wait to cheers you. You didn't open that up yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to open it up. I'm gonna open it up right now, actually, while I'm talking.
Happy Fedora Friday.
Come again?
Happy Fedora Friday. I got my fedora on.
Happy Fedora Friday. I love that.
Yeah. I changed.
I have not. I don't. You know what? To tell you the truth, the only hat I wear is the Peter Slots hat. That's it. I have not worn. I don't wear hats. It's not a thing for me.
Huh.
You know.
I'm a big hat guy. I love the hats.
Yeah.
But I changed up my set here. I don't know if you noticed. I wanted to show. This is a photo that I actually took from Tuscany, San Gimignano in Italy. We stayed on a vineyard. It was amazing. And
that looks amazing, dude.
I took that photo. I actually took that photo.
And then you printed it?
Beautiful, and printed it. Yep. Put it on
wow.
the camera, and good to go.
Okay. You know what? You're gonna have to tell me how to print something because I want to print a picture for my place. Anyway, that'll be later. Cheers, Johnny.
Cheers to everybody. Happy Friday.
Real quick before we get started with all of our guests, what's your favorite wine? What do you know about wine?
You know what? I don't know too much actually, but I do know what I like to taste, and I'm a Pinot Noir guy. I am a real Pinot Noir guy.
I love that. That's awesome.
So this is kind of like, you know, my regular table wine that I would have. But
that's what you would use for a dinner. Let's say you're having dinner. That's what you would have. That's what.
Absolutely.
Pick.
Absolutely. That's my go-to.
I love that. That's awesome.
And then on Sundays we drink rosé all day.
I love it. There we go. Rosé all day on Sunday. Boom.
Yes, sir. We have some guests in the green room. If you'd like to bring on your friend Julie.
Let's bring her on. Bring her on.
Let's bring her on the show. Here we go.
Julie.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Johnny.
How are you?
It's great. How are you?
How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm in Key West. You know, it's great.
You're in Key West. There you go. Well, cheers to that.
Oh, cheers. Cheers. I'm actually I'm drinking. So with that, I'm drinking. It might be backwards in the camera, but Copain from
which one is it? Let me see.
Copain Chardonnay.
Copain Chardonnay.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's the best. It's so good. 2016. It's Le Vossoin, which is a estate vineyard, which Copain means friends and the estate means neighbors. So they're all about integrating people together. So yeah, it's a great wine.
Chardonnay and maybe Sauvignon Blanc sometimes are the only white wines I drink. Riesling's too sweet. Pinot Grigio I just don't like. I'm not a Pinot Grigio guy. So Chardonnay, I like Chardonnay, especially when it's really buttery.
Yeah,
It
this
has
is
that really buttery taste.
very much so. Yeah, it's 2016, so it's got some age on it. So
Yeah.
I'm not overly oaky type of person, but I like kind of that a little bit of touch of oak, citrus, green apple, just perfect for today too.
Now, what would you pair with that glass of wine? What kind of food would you have with that Chardonnay in particular?
Well, we have great seafood here in Key West, so I would definitely do.
I mean, you're surrounded by an ocean, right?
We're surrounded by an ocean. We're big on spiny lobsters here, so a great lobster with a butter sauce is fabulous. We have Key West pink shrimp, which is great. And our light salads. I mean, we're big salad people here, all fresh farm grown, and people we'll bring it in from Homestead. And we have some great vegetables too.
But that particular, you said apples were in that, and a couple like an apple flavor. So what would you suggest with that particular wine? Because I'm gonna have to get a bottle, and I'm gonna have to go with your recommendation one of these days.
Yeah, I mean,
so are you saying like a shrimp salad with some apple? That I don't know. I don't know about
Peter,
that.
look at you. Are you a chef too? I mean, that makes perfect sense, you know. But definitely on the lighter side.
One time, and I have to do it again one of these days.
Well, I have to praise my girlfriend, Ashley. She represents here on the island. She represents Jackson family. So she gave me a whole bunch of wines, and you know, that's what's so great about wines. It brings people together. And
yes,
she left some on my doorstep, and I said, you know what, today's a great day to drink it. So
I love that. Well, thank you for sharing with us. Cheers.
Of course, cheers, Peter.
Now, I want to go back to one point that you just said.
Yes.
You said wine brings people together. In what? Because see, here's the thing. For me, when I'm doing wine, I'm not out and about and having a good time. You know, I'm just at home watching TV, something, you know, or eating dinner. That wine for me is not like, unless I have a business meeting out somewhere. That's bringing people together. So, tell me, like, what would you say is bringing people together? Like a family gathering? What we do.
That's a great question. So we go back to wine. People think wine is extremely intimidating. People are scared to talk about it. People think they're going to act, you know, like I don't know what to say. And there's no, like you had Barat at the beginning. We all were in that place that one time, you know, oh no, what do I do? And I was there. And my family has a vineyard in Bordeaux. So I was brought up on wines as a young girl, but I still was very scared. And, you know, and my parents brought me to all these big wine tastings. And I got to be introduced to these people. And I'm like, wow, they're real people just like us. You know, they don't have gold coming out of them. They just want to talk about something that is so passionate. And when you have something that you love to drink, and winemakers, and especially now with the social media, and especially with this whole social distancing and what we are doing right now, who knew, like, wow, people are doing kind of putting like videos, and winemakers are now doing videos, and you can actually talk to them and see where their thoughts are with bringing something in a bottle and in a glass. And I think that's how it brings people together. And also on the island, we do a lot of wine tastings, and we do a lot of food pairings, and people love wine and people love food. So that brings people together.
Are you able to do that right now? Like, have you guys gotten together and done some pairings, pairings and all that stuff lately, or no? Not yet?
Yeah. Not really right now. And we're hoping in the next couple of weeks we can, but I help out at a wine shop right now. So I'm very, very lucky.
Flights? The wine
Pardon
flights?
me?
Do you guys have the flights?
Not yet.
Everything
is we're still like kind of like tiptoeing a little bit. We're following the rules with social distancing.
Okay.
But I get to read. So I'm studying for my WSET 3 right now, which is what I'm doing out on my porch. And I'm always educating myself, and I have my exam in July. So
are you trying to become a sommelier?
I am a sommelier already, Level certified.
God.
Yeah. You're
Peter
welcome. I know. Thank you,
go.
Peter. I'm a level 2. I'm a level 2 som, but this is something European. This is more essay driven. It's more terroir. It's more climate. It's more soils. If you get more in depth, it's not more service. It's more knowledgeable about where the wines are coming from in all the countries, and like kind of the mountains and the oceans and the climates, and the grape growing and where the bud starts, and yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a pretty
Okay,
cool
so
thing.
since you're a sommelier,
Yeah.
I want to know what the because I know what the proper procedure is to tasting. So you swirl, right?
Yes.
You swirl, you
Mhm.
smell,
Right?
and you sip, and then spit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You
There's
spit the puff.
absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Because
What
who
if you,
wants to get drunk? You know, but
who wants to? Yeah, right. Who in the hell wants to get drunk?
I mean, there's a place and time for everything. So, you know, if you're not, and that's what I mean. Key West think we're all like crazy weird and everything. We follow a rule as well. It's a very small island. We have to make sure that, you know,
You're following the rules.
yeah. And I work for
Yeah.
Southern Glazers Wine and Spirits, and my boss, when I first moved to the island, he said, Julie, you're a wine rep now. He goes, it's a very small little, you know, you got to make sure that your reputation is everything. I go, okay, I got it.
There you go. I love it. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, just to finish up here, what would you say is like the best way to describe like a wine? Like how are you supposed to do it? Like, let's say I'm like taking a sip, and what's the first thing that I'm supposed to like taste?
Okay. Right. So you take a sip, right?
And you're supposed to swish it, right?
You switch in your mouth. You kind of swirl. You aerate it in your mouth, and you want to get. So when people say, "What's the mouth feel?" and if you have it in the back, and you go, "Oh my God, my mouth is watering," that's automatically kind of, it's called high acid. So if your mouth is really getting that feel of water, you go, and people go, "How do you know it's a high acid wine?" It's like, well, is your mouth watering? And they say, yeah. So if it's a high acid, a lot of high acid wines, automatically this is going back into when you read and you understand it, but you go, wow, how do you know what kind of wine it is? Well, it's from a cooler climate, because a lot of acid wines are from a cooler climate. So that's how master soms, and that's how people get their knowledge going when they learn about all these wines. Tannic is something really tannic, like when your mouth is really astringent, then you know, wow, this wine has like higher alcohol, or you know, if you really get in depth with it with studying and learning and tasting and memorizing everything. So that's what you do. You aerate it, and then if you're going to a wine tasting, you talked about spit. It's okay to spit. It's okay, because you know, you want to get, you know, if you keep drinking everything, and we've done that, I've tasted 100 wines, and it's just impossible, or your mouth gets fatigued, and you know, it's okay to spit.
You might get wasted.
Yeah.
So what happens if your mouth gets a little dry? Like, this feels a little dry to me.
Okay. Well, if it's a little dry, then you, like, if it's really dry, you think like it's more from maybe a warmer climate or something.
Okay.
If they say New World or Old World, New World has
New
more.
World.
Okay, great. So it's got a little more fruit to it. So
Yes.
if you're going to something called like what are you drinking now?
I'm drinking fresh vine.
Fresh vine, and what's the grape
Fresh
on that
vine.
one?
Huh?
Is it a Cabernet?
It's a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay, so if it's from California per se, it's going to be a lot more fruit driven.
Yep.
So you know that's more New World. When you go something to like Bordeaux, which is like an Old World, you're going to get more of that earthiness to it, a little bit more of a drier feel to it, which they both have tannins, but the fruit on the Old World in Bordeaux would be less.
Gotcha.
So that's why you'll get that as you go, and you start tasting a lot more wines.
Now, I love these. Because I have one more question before I let you go.
Sure, please bring it. Yes, I love answering.
What are tannins?
Tannins are that.
Out there. What are
okay,
tannins?
Great. Tannins are when you ever taste we can do a couple comparisons. When you take a grape and you bite into it, and you bite the seed and you grind it, and it's dry. That's what a tannin is. So when you get and then when you get like even a tea, like when you drink tea, you get that drying effect on the top of your mouth. That's what tannins, very astringent and very dry. So that's how people know about tannins. So when everyone goes, wow, it's really dry tannins, you get that now. So what you need with that is food. So kind of like that's why they pair it with like a really big steak. So the steak with the salt and the fat balances out the tannins, and it's like a mouth crazy bombshell in your mouth. It's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. Does that make sense? Yeah, so it's a drying effect in your mouth. So when people say, "Wow, I have something," and people either like it or they don't, and as you know, as a wine ages, the tannins kind of soften. So some people would say, "Do you drink this wine now if it's like a big Cabernet, or can you hold on to it?" And people say, "Well, when you go to like wine books and you say maybe like a 2018, it's something." A Cabernet that you can hold on to that makes the tannins drop a little bit so they're not so astringent. Or what you do is those big old decanters, you just let it go and you wait for like half an hour, 45 minutes, and the tannins soften. That's why people use decanters.
Wow, that's some interesting. That I just learned a lot just now.
You did? Oh, Peter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm sure you can teach me a lot with bartending stuff, but we do it.
I know my all that stuff, but this is a very particular thing for me, and I've always wanted to learn more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
it's
I know
really
what I like, and I know what I don't like. As far as wine is concerned.
It's fun. It's a fun. I do a lot of staff trainings, and I do a lot of pairings and stuff, and I'm always learning. It's constantly learning, traveling. I go to California about 4 or 5 times a year, which are probably going to go in July because I love it there.
Love it. That's awesome.
And and it's great learning from winemakers. I mean, you just sit there and talk to them. It's just they're full of knowledge and it's great and it's fun and it's not just about getting drunk. It's just if you really love it, it's fabulous.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, it was amazing talking to you again. I mean, Julie,
Oh,
it's always a pleasure.
Well, Peter, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Of course, I learned so much.
Thank you. We'll talk soon then.
Huh?
We'll talk soon then.
Yes, we will. Awesome. Cheers.
Okay. Bye-bye. Cheers, Peter.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. I've always liked a deep, dark red. Happy Friday, 5 and 7, Peter and John. Hell yeah. Thank you, Ashley. It's a great Friday today. Wine Friday. Finally made one way. I'm on North Carolina time, so yay for making. Yes, awesome, Susan. I love that. Thank you for joining today. Johnny, who do we have next in the green room? Do we have anybody?
Yeah, buddy. So we're gonna keep it going with the same theme that we've been doing. We just had Julie on. Now I'm gonna bring in another Julie.
Oh, another Julie.
So say hi to my friend Julie.
There we go. Your friend Julie this time. All right, I'm gonna pour a little bit.
Hi guys, how are ya?
What's up, Julie?
Hi, Julie.
What's up, Johnny? How you doing, Peter?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing over there? What do you got? What do you got right now?
Well, I just finished the rest of this while I was waiting for you guys. What is
that? What are you drinking?
So this is the Stag's Leap Sauvignon Blanc. So from the Leap District in the Napa Valley, California, which is where you are right now. We're all in good
now,
old.
real quick, before anything else, cheers. Do you have a glass ready?
Do I ever? Cheers.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you. Now, so this wine that you're drinking is from Napa Valley. How would you describe it?
So it's a Sauvignon Blanc, and I heard earlier because I was listening with the other Julie that you do like Sauvignon Blanc.
I do.
So Sauvignon Blanc is definitely going to be one of the wine varietals that has the most acidity. So really dry wines. They go seafood. This is very it has minerality. And you get lemon, citrus, and this particular Sauvignon Blanc has a lot of floral notes too. It doesn't see a lot of oak aging, so you just have stainless steel. So some other flavors, jasmine, white pepper. It also has some savory notes to it too. It's a great patio pounder. So
which one?
It's a patio pounder. It means when it's hot and sunny.
I'm going to use that for one of these days. A patio pounder. I like
patio pounder.
I'm writing that down, actually. Patio pounder. Patio pounder. Ooh, baby. Peter like, Peter love.
Also got like passion
that
fruit.
sounds like something.
Julie, that looks really good. I want to try some of that. Why don't you tell Peter a little bit about what you do on your YouTube show?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
So
I'm curious.
I do. I have a show. It's called Spirited Convos every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I talk wine, spirits, and also I live in Chicago, so I try to support the restaurant community here. And I know that's a special place in your heart too, especially with the COVID happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so just supporting, you know, my city and out to different winemakers, wineries. And so every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. you can log on and join me. I'm also a musician, so I will start with a song and end with a song. But it's a lot of fun. So yeah.
I love that. So you play guitar?
Very little. I play keys. I'm a singer. I play keys to get by.
Okay, there we go.
You know,
you tickling those ivories?
I tickle the ivories. Yes.
Okay, well, I like it. Either way, that's awesome. That sounds.
In fact,
great. So how would you describe what's up, Johnny?
No. I want to see where you guys were going. I had a question, but go ahead.
Okay, well, how would you describe your wine that you're drinking? Does it feel wet as you drink it, or drier as you drink it?
So
this for instance, feels dry when you swallow it.
Right. So you're drinking a red.
Yep.
Obviously, we just hit the part about tannins, and she described a little bit about the dryness that happens from seeds and stems, and also the grape skins. But this is really high in acid, so it makes your mouth water. So you want to have another sip, which is, and the Sauvignon Blanc is a refreshing white wine.
And you would say that goes really well with like a piece of fish, right? So you want like a drier fish, not a Chilean sea bass, but maybe like a halibut?
Yes, a halibut. Definitely anything in Mediterranean dish. You have even like
hummus
cheese is really great with this, or goat cheese, because the dryness in the cheese and the chemical reaction in your mouth, it just makes your mouth, it turns that dry cheese into some creaminess because of wine. So that's why it's very great to have a little bit to eat with your wine.
You're gonna have to send me. You're gonna have to send me this this wine, or send it to Johnny, and I gotta try this cheese. I'm gonna make some goat cheese balls with that wine combo. Boom! It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna do that next week. Oh yeah.
I love that idea. Goat cheese.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Now I have an interesting question that is not part of wine, but according to the other Julie, wine brings people together. So I have a question for you. All right.
Sure.
What is your Lisa Vanderpump story?
Somebody talked to you before the show.
Of course, I come in prepared. I come in prepared and not prepared.
I did a little research too. So in 2016, I worked for a distributor in Chicago called Stoller Wholesale. And we had every Friday, when you're in the wine and spirits industry, Fridays are the toughest days. They're long. You start at 8:30 a.m. tasting all through the day with different people.
You get wasted right away.
Talking about their stuff. Well, we had this meeting with Vanderpump Rosé, and it was all the talk. It was like, oh my God, Lisa Vanderpump from Vanderpump Rules. And so she came in with family, and there were probably 6 people at this meeting and launched the Vanderpump Rosé, which I sold for a hot minute. But it was a beautiful rosé from Provence, Grenache, Cinsault, and Syrah, I think. And that was my experience. So it was so funny when Johnny and I were talking. I was like, hey, I actually have a 6 degree of separation. And it does bring people together, because look at what it did to us.
I love it. That's awesome.
We're all here.
Huh? I love it. That's awesome. Well, cheers to that. I'm happy that you told me your little Vanderpump Rules story. Actually, Lisa Vanderpump story, but It's so funny.
I'm coming in for
Cheers,
the
Johnny.
cheers. I'm coming in for the cheers.
Cheers. Hopefully,
Mm.
you know, you should be on my show now that I've been on your show, and I know you've been on my friend's show. You've been on the Schnorr TV network, Carl and Rev Schnorr.
I gotta come on your show one of these days. We gotta talk about some wine. That'd be fun.
Anytime.
Awesome. Thank you, Julie.
You got it.
Awesome. It was a pleasure talking to you. I hope to see you soon. All right. You have the
Absolutely.
amazing rest of your Friday.
Cheers to you.
Cheers. Mm. Oh, this is so good. Oh, that's amazing. I'm drinking sweet Shiraz called Jam Jar. Oh my goodness. So wait, so hold on. A Shiraz can be sweet? I've never really been the biggest fan of Shiraz. 19 Cribs delicious if you like the deep, dark red wines. The Uprising is dark red, aged 30 days in rum barrels. It's vintage. Oh my goodness. Susan, you are making me want more wine. Love the vino. Yes, Digi, love the vino. I do love the vino. I've been to many wine dealers and diners about the wine and pairing so much. Yeah, there's nothing like. I always try to tell the servers about which wines to pair with what meals. You know, so if they're asking for a wine, you know exactly what to pair with that meal. I've gotten that question so many times when I've served tables before. I finally made one. Yay. North Carolina, so yay for me making it. Absolutely. Thank you, Susan. You should come on if you want. You can come on. Johnny, do we have someone in the green room?
We don't, buddy. I think that's it. Your guy.
Didn't show up?
No. Maybe he couldn't get on. Maybe he's too busy drinking some wine.
Oh no! I'll have to text him. I'll have to text him. Actually.
Yeah, but but maybe you want to plug it again. Plug his wine.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of what you're drinking again.
Definitely. So everybody go check out Fresh Vine Wine. So it's freshvinewine.com. Yeah, the maker of this is Jamie Whetstone. He's it's actually really good. It's probably it's one of the healthier wines. You're not going to get hungover with this stuff. It's low sugar and no sugar. Actually, I don't think there's any sugar in this. It's low calorie. It's the best, especially if you're like dieting and working out. You don't want to, you want to be on this type of stuff. All right. So go check out freshvinewine.com. Now, because the weekend is coming up, I am going to be off for the next 2 days, and I'll be back on Monday, probably be back at SUR doing the live there. But I have a couple of announcements to make. Number one, the game, the whole app, Celebrity Slots, launches on Monday. So it's June the 1st. It's coming up. It's going to launch that day. You're going to be able to play it on Google, and you're going to be able to download it on your Android, so Google Play, and the App Store on Apple. So that's coming up on June the 1st. I'm going to have the chairman and probably the COO of the company on Tuesday, actually, and we're going to discuss what new adventures we're going to be going on this little gaming app. So it's going to be something that you cannot miss. Also, something that I want to announce to everybody. What do we discuss? So I'm giving it back to everybody else. And now that we've kind of set this whole thing up on YouTube, I want to know from you guys what we should be discussing by a weekly basis. So I can take your ideas, and then you can come on and explain to me why we should be discussing those ideas, because this is going to be hilarious. All right. I want you to tell me what we should be discussing, because, I'm one of those type of guys who's like, okay, well, I want to hear from everybody about what we should be talking about. So leave it in the comments, DM me on Instagram, tell me on Twitter, just let me know what we should be discussing, actually. And for instance, next week on Wednesday, we're going to be discussing people that cut their own hair. Now, as you can see, I'm not one of those people. I always have a professionally done haircut. So, I didn't straighten it or anything. I always have it in a ponytail, but yeah, I don't cut my own hair. I can't do it. So, Wednesday, we're going to be talking about people that cut their own hair. So I'm very curious as to the ideas that everybody comes up with, because those are the ideas that I'm going to come up with, that I'm going to be using on Social Happy Hour with Peter. And then I need you to come on and tell me all about those, why you brought those ideas up. So I'm very curious to hear from you guys. Type it in the comments. Let me know what you think the show should be about, you know, in the coming weeks, months, years, however long I'm doing this. So yeah, there you go. And like I said, go download my game, go download Celebrity Slots. Link is in the comments. So if you ever want to come on, link is in the comments. Cheers, Johnny, to another fantastic week.
Cheers, buddy. Sorry
Cheers.
to bring in any more guests today, but we ran out of time.
Yeah, we did.
Take it
I
home,
hope everybody has
brother.
an amazing weekend. And I hope you have an amazing weekend too, Johnny. And remember, be Peter like, Peter love, Peter wants more love. So you better like everything too. All right. I'll talk to you guys next week. Ciao.
Ain't that nice?
Nice.